So in this video, I want to talk to you about how to trust your gut feeling, how to actually use your intuition and not suppress it and make it silent. Because since you were a child, our society, our culture, which is very mind, logic, and rational oriented, have trained us through our parents, through our grandparents, teachers, to think that only logical thinking makes sense. And I have nothing against logical thinking. Rational thinking is what gets the world going in our culture right now. But eventually, we are all emotional beings as well as rational beings. We have two sides of our brains. We have our brains and our hearts, and we can't deny it that we need both to survive. So let me give you a little example of what do I mean by we need intuition to survive. Imagine that you are now in prehistoric times and you have two hunters trying to hunt a gazelle in the savannah or in a jungle. And it's kind of dark, maybe they can't really see well, and there's lots of different animal sounds around them, different bushes, different trees, different smells, and they see tracks in the ground that are mixed with other tracks of other animals, and they're both trying to hunt an animal to bring it home to eat. Now, the input to their brains, which is the same brains that we have today, is enormous. There's so many inputs coming, so many data points coming to their brains. The smells, the sights, the sounds, the colors, the shapes, movement in the bushes around in the background. There's so many things. We cannot process all this information in the same time with the same awareness. There's a barrier of how much our brain can interpret and process in the same time. So eventually we shut off things that are not needed to our immediate survival and immediate needs. Now, one of the hunters starts to have a weird feeling, like something is not right, something is wrong here, but he doesn't know why, because his brain doesn't process it fast enough to explain what was the minute sound, the little sound in the bushes that he heard, and he couldn't even register in his consciousness, but his brain received the input. He just couldn't understand what it was. So it starts to become this gut feeling that something is wrong. You don't know why, but you know that something is wrong. The other hunter disregards it. He doesn't care. He's like, don't worry, it's nothing, don't worry. And they both go to find the animal without realizing there's another saber-toothed tiger or a lion following them exactly at the same time while they're following the hunt. One of the hunters, the first one, will actually listen to his gut feeling and stop and look around and look for shelter because he thinks that something is wrong, something's not right in the situation. Without explanation, without understanding, he will hide, and the other hunter will be like, no, let's go, let's continue, and the other hunter will get killed by the saber-toothed tiger or the lion because he didn't listen to his gut feeling. He suppressed it, he silenced it. And this intuition, we already have it. It's innate to our human nature, to our human being, because it's another way of processing information without going through all the filters of logic and rational and narrative and timeline. It's just something that you know. It's something that is and looks for your attention. And in our culture, in our society, we usually repress it and suppress it, both in men, both in women, because it doesn't make sense. You cannot explain why you feel the way you feel. So when people say, well, if you can't explain it, it doesn't exist. It's just a figment of your imagination. It's a blip in your mind until you slowly train yourself not to trust your gut feeling. And what happens when you're an adult? When you need to make big decisions, when you need to make life-changing choices about your career, about your family, about who to marry, about where to invest your money, about where to relocate. suddenly this gut feeling that you think, well, maybe I will get some intuitive answer of what should I do because I have all the information. I go on ChatGPT and I research and I do all the due diligence of everything, and everything makes sense, and I'm comparing these two things that I have to choose from. But I'm looking for this extra gut feeling to tell me which one is the right choice, because it's very hard to choose these days. So many things are there. There's so much abundance of choices. And then this intuition doesn't come. But it doesn't come because it's not there. It comes because you trained yourself not to listen to it and not to trust it. Have you ever seen elephants in the zoo or in Thailand, for example? And you think, wow, these elephants are so happy. They're not escaping. They're staying around in their habitat, and it's so nice, we can feed them. But you know what happened to these elephants when they were young, when they were baby elephants? They were chained to a log, and they were trained not to move from that log because there was a chain attached to their foot. Now, when they grew up, they realized that no matter how strong they are, and they are strong animals, they could uproot that log if they wanted to. But they got trained to think that they cannot move from a very young age. So once they're really big, once it's like if you cannot fake it, they can actually drag and uproot that log if they really want to. But they're trained to think that they cannot. So even if they don't have the chain on their foot anymore, they will not even try to move away. And it's the same with humans. We do it to ourselves to function in society. There's nothing wrong with it. It's also a form of survival. We need to function in a rational, logical way. We have money, we have time, we have laws of driving, we have laws of commerce, we have a code of conduct in our work, in our schools, and it's okay. But we need to train ourselves to trust our intuition. How do we do that? Let's talk about it in the next segment. It's a very easy thing to do, and I'm not asking you to trust it with your life's decision from day one. What I want you to do is go on a subconscious journey using the drum track that is provided below or in the card above. And you put on your headphones and you listen to the drum track that gets your mind from beta waves, from the normal waking awareness state of consciousness, to alpha waves, for this half awake, half asleep, like a daydream. And you will ask your intuition, you will ask your subconscious, or whatever you want to call it, show me a sign that what I'm thinking is true. Let's say you have a decision to make, or you want to test it with something small, like show me a sign that next week will be a good week, or show me a sign that tomorrow's meeting will be okay. Show me a sign that this project will be successful. Something small. And you ask for a sign to pop into your subconscious. It can be a symbol of a fruit, of an animal, of a sign, a word, a color, and you wait for that symbol to come up from prompting it to come up. You write it down on your phone or in your notebook, and you wait until you see that it manifests in reality, physical reality. And I want to give you some examples. There was one time that I got a symbol of a shamrock, and maybe less than a week later, I was in some kind of an outlet mall next to an airport, and there were planes flying around because it was an airport. And one time that I really got annoyed by the noise of the planes landing, I looked up and it was a plane, and on its tail there was the big shamrock because it was an Irish air company. And I saw it in the sky, like right in my face, right as it was landing. It was this shamrock that I was waiting for. Another thing that happened was saw a symbol of a frog. And 2 days later, my son comes back home with a book that he borrowed from school. And on the first page, there's a frog. He picked that book, I didn't touch it. There was a symbol of dice, playing dice. 3 days later, I just find accidentally some dice thrown in the house somewhere that is not even a living room or a place where you were play. It was next to the laundry room. Suddenly there was a dice there. Some people see angels and then they go around and there's a truck with an angel passing them in traffic, or they see a name and then, you know, they go for shopping, they go on their day-to-day stuff and they see the name of one of the stores. There's so many things that can manifest within a few days, a few weeks, that will let you know that your intuition is true and this is real. It's not just in your head, because you see it manifesting in physical reality. And it's the easiest thing to do. You ask for a sign, you register it wherever you want, and you wait to see it happen with the belief that you will see it, that you will catch it. And I think for me, it works like 90% of the times, when soon enough the symbol appears and I'm reassured that my intuition was true. When you start growing that list of items and symbols that you asked for and you received, and you start checking that list, you start to trust it more and more and more, because you actually have a proof that this works. Now, the next time you will have an intuition about something, you will just trust it, because you will not need the symbol anymore to prove to you that your intuition is right. You've trained your trust muscle. You know that after 10 times it didn't fail you, and it won't. At least it's my experience. And then you start to trust your intuition with bigger and bigger and bigger decisions. And I don't want you to forget is that you have your innate intuition already inside of you since prehistoric time, because intuition was key for survival, to understand so many different inputs and making a rash decision based on not your logical, rational mind, but on a gut feeling that kept you alive and kept our ancestors alive for generations, since millennia. This is how we survived as a species. And take this intuition to your day-to-day life. You can still use a rational mind, you can still use logic, you can still do research, and you can still compare things on an even basis. But eventually, if you have two decisions that are very similar, it doesn't matter, because then after doing this exercise for a few weeks, for a few months, you will trust your intuition. You will make better choices, and you will see that your life starts to flow in a much smoother, different way. And you start following these adventures that you maybe have not been taken if you would only use your logical, rational mind. So please use the drum track, go in this meditative state, relax your body with a few deep exhales, and ask a question. Is my intuition true? Is this what I should do? Whatever, but choose a small decision. Choose a little decision that affects your day-to-day life, not a big life-changing decision, and slowly, slowly increase until you fully trust your intuition. Let me know in the comments, how do you feel about this exercise and what came up for you?